and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy. Last time we started the Honeyhive Galaxy. This time we're finishing up the Honeyhive Galaxy. Comet Observatory looks so sad back there, actually. All dark and dimly lit. Big bad... Ew. I know what level this is. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm just gonna say that for now. It could be worse. I'm gonna put it like that. Now, is this the one where we actually have to worry about like starships, or am I completely thinking of something else? I was sworn there's something involving starships here that was awful, but I don't remember for sure. So you'll recognize these as like flood-like dealies. So this is a life mushroom, I think. That's what they call it. It doesn't say the name. Okay. That works too. Got a giant M off in the sky over there. Oh yeah, this is a level where that always takes me a million bajillion years to navigate. Also, if you get hit, you lose your power too. Okay, so poles work the same as 64. Never mind. I think there's some poles in some parts of other levels that basically are locked to 4 directions, which is actually really good. Neighbors are causing trouble again. We would be most grateful for your assistance. Oh, I remember what level I suck at. It's a post-game level again. So yay for me, I don't have to worry about it. Yes, I will gladly put this off till post-game. A lot of these levels that I'm actually saying are post-game actually aren't technically post-game. They're like late-game, but there's some variants of levels at the end of the game that are like unlocked post-game. This guy sucks. Big bad bugga boom. Basically get above him and ground pound the little spiky thing on his back, which is like the most obvious weak point ever. This is when he starts being a jerk. When he starts flying, because you gotta time elements just perfectly. Okay, there we go. I like how fuzzy Mario looks as B. This game has good graphical techniques, however the heck they did it. I have no clue how they did as much with the graphics as they did, but it looks really pretty. So I'm not gonna question it. It's just magic. I'll just call it magic. It's like, look at Sonic Unleashed. Sonic looks really fuzzy in that game. Eggman's mustache is arguably the most detailed it's ever been, not counting 06, which just looked weirdly realistic. But the textures and lighting in Unleashed just caused the game to run at a terrible frame rate. I think it's better on 360 from what I understand, which is actually not a compliment. That is not a compliment. It just says the PS3 version is actually a lot worse. Not that the Xbox 360 is actually optimized. But yeah, the textures in Unleashed just really tank the game's performance, and it's sad because I like Unleashed. Kind of. Caveat. I like Unleashed, but I also find parts of it really obnoxious and frustrating. And not the parts you might think. A lot of people like the Werehog is dumb. I will agree with that. But personally, I find that the Werehog level is actually a lot more playable than Sonic's. And that's not a common opinion to hear, but at least on the HD version, the Sonic levels are nigh unplayable at parts because of how fast they are. They're basically like high speed, like you're going 300 miles an hour type levels, but they're not designed to be taken, but there are elements to them that are designed to be taken slowly, which is dumb in a game called Sonic the Hedgehog. There's things with like Twitch reaction times that you just can't account for really. These guys act as springs, fun fact. But Unleashed just kind of falls apart for me, even in the daytime, because of how precise you need to be for Sonic stages in the daytime, but you're going so fast you can't possibly react. So again, I find like all the stages have issues in Unleashed, except like early game like Apotheos and Spagonia are pretty good, but a lot of Sonic's daytime levels are even terrible. Eggman Land, Adabat, just they have elements that you cannot react to unless you're going at a snail's pace, which is in direct opposition to the basic design of the game. So my logic, the 360 PS3 version has better night stages, the Wii version actually has better day stages. That's my view of Sonic Unleashed. Because the Wii versions balance platforming and speed in a way that you can actually control yourself. Mega Legs Moon. Oh boy. This is our first major boss, and you can always see him over there. Now, story time. I don't have to be particularly secretive because, quite frankly, you can see it in the background. I'm fairly certain there's actually a skip where if you do a thing, I don't even know what the thing is, you actually can skip part of the level. Like you can bounce all your way up to Mega Leg. I'm pretty sure that's possible, but I'm not sure how. Because I think, well, there's not much to skip. I think it's just a show-off technique more than actually a time saver. Wahaha, you made it, but I won't even need my dad's help to take care of you. Go at him, Mega Leg. Stomp him with the power of your Grand Star. Now, fun fact, King Caliente, who we already saw, and this guy, if I'm not mistaken, were part of an E3 demo. I'm not 100% sure. There's another boss that I think was in an E3 demo, but it might have been a different year. There's a boss that involves using pole stars later on in the game that I remember seeing demo footage of, but I distinctly remember seeing footage of this boss at an E3 demo. So he's actually a pretty easy boss to take care of. Just deliver bullet bills into the cage, then he brings up a bunch of little smaller barriers. And thus you have to break smaller barriers and eventually hit the thing on its head. So this boss isn't the best. It's a good starter boss, I guess, but it's kind of on the easy side. I mean, for first boss, that's okay, but it is very simple. If any bullet bills would actually come near me, that is. Okay, that's not what I expected to happen. So 2 down. I'm gonna kind of hang out, like follow the cage a little bit. I don't even know where any bullet bills are. Oh yeah, those actually respawn too. Small problem. Oh cool, I have 2 following me. Maybe that'll work out, except I think it hit something. There we go. But yeah, that was actually one of the E3 bosses, if I'm not mistaken. I remember seeing footage of it back in 07, being like, wow, that looks really cool. Which is funny, actually. Early days of dial-up internet. I'm not sure if I actually saw a video of it because dial-up, but I do remember seeing at least screenshots of that particular boss. That ball of flame represents the power of the observatory. We call it the beacon. When you recover a grand star, a little star power will be restored and the beacon will grow. The common observatory can use that power to fly through the universe. Once all the power is restored, we will even be able to fly to the center of the universe. Oh, the power is on in the new dome. The newly opened dome is called the Fountain. It's really quite relaxing. By the way, have you looked at the map? It contains information about the galaxies as well as domes. If you forget the location of a dome, don't hesitate to speak with me. So away we go, with 2 power stars in tow. That was an unintentional rhyme, actually. So, coming over here, we have the fountain, which is actually really pretty. Water running off of it. I'm not sure how that works from a design standpoint. Water on a spaceship running off the side of it. So we have this, which is the Space Junk Galaxy. We have this, the Rolling Green Galaxy. I'm actually going to start Space Junk Galaxy. Rolling Green is actually pretty short, so I want to save that for a point where, like, we don't have a ton else to do. Oh, this is where the other boss is. So yeah, all the bosses are pretty, like, within, like, the first 10 stars, effectively. Unless you go out of your way for extras. Yeah, I think the boss of this level was also featured at E3 at one point. This game was at several E3s, actually. I know at least 2005. I think it was at 2004, 2005, 2006. Because the Revolution was announced in 2004, I think. Or was it 2005? I don't actually know. But the Revolution, for those who are unaware, was the code name for the Wii. A lot of people say they should have stuck with Wii rather than Revolution. Or stuck with Revolution rather than Wii. I am one of those people. I guess, okay, here's the thing. Revolution is a cool code name, but like talking about the Revolution, it's just kind of long and kind of complicated, so, not complicated, no, just kind of wordy. So yeah, I get why they changed it, but Wii? People consider this a reference to Olimar? I don't quite see it. This doesn't look quite to me like Chip in Pikmin 2. Doesn't look enough like it, in my opinion, to justify people who being like, yeah, that's totally the Chip from Pikmin 2. I mean, yeah, it has some channel design similarities to the point where I think it might be an homage, but I do feel like it's not similar enough. Though I think it actually does have the 2 cockpits, now that I think about it, which actually would be kind of a giveaway that it would be a very intentional reference. Also, the music here is really good too. I'll be talking about the music a lot, because that's just how this game is. The music is just one of the really standout parts of this game, really. And just, yeah, atmosphere, design, it all just stands out really well. It doesn't feel unlike a Mario game, yet it still feels like a Mario game, and that's a really hard balance to strike, really. So when you rescue all the Toads, then the captain finally shows up. Da-da-da-da! Mr. Mario! As the brave captain of the Toad Brigade, I've already discovered a shortcut to the Power Star. Take the Sling Star at the top of the Star Shroom. Yeah, thanks for helping out your own comrades. Good job with that. This part stresses me out. Even though it shouldn't, it stresses me out. We have Silver Stars making their return from Super Mario 64 DS. That's really odd, actually. And yes, that's the first game they originate from, to my knowledge. So yeah, I guess the DS version is kind of debated, which is like the air quotes canon version of 64. I guess it would be the DS if the Silver Stars appear again. But I personally like the 64 version just because it plays well. But yeah, platform mechanics like this always kind of make me nervous. because it's like platforms spawning under you. That's just, I don't know, it's a really cool mechanic, but it's kind of nerve-wracking at the same time. Shovel Knight does that a couple times, and yeah, I died just because I freaked out, basically. It's like, oh, I completely panicked and ran off the edge. But we lived, somehow. I got another star for our troubles. That's number 12? 13? I don't know how many stars we have. 12. And we already discovered a new galaxy. Not surprising. Can we take on the Rolling Green Galaxy really quickly? I think we can. It's not too long. It's a pretty fun concept, but execution is lacking. That's the best way I can think to describe it. Rolling Green Galaxy, rolling in the clouds. So we gotta get it to the goal. That's simple, right? Well, no, actually not. Hey, at least we get good music again, albeit briefly. Hey, now if you're thinking about just rolling that ball away, you better listen to the billboard here. Jump on top of the ball. You're on. Now hold the Wiimote straight up. The basic position, tilt to move the ball in that direction and press A to jump. If anything gets in your way, smoosh it. Anyway, you'll learn more by doing it yourself. Billboard tutorials are a lot less thorough than the Penguins, oddly enough. There's a hard version of this level too. So basically all gimmicks appear at least once more. At least twice in the main game, which is not something I'm a fan of. So, I think this might have also been in a trailer, but I don't know if it was in a demo. I remember seeing it in a trailer though. And yes, I followed this game quite extensively, if you couldn't tell. Again, this was like one of my most hyped games ever. Like, before Breath of the Wild came out, I was telling people that this is like the most hyped I've been for a game since Galaxy. Breath of the Wild, I mean. And that's actually not an understatement. Breath of the Wild would actually be Breath of the Wild for next most hyped game. Mostly because Breath of the Wild has been in development, or had been in development for so long. And that was actually pretty easy. Again, the tougher version is absolutely terrible. So that's gonna be fun. But hey, at least we survived the easy course. It's an accomplishment of sorts. It seems that a prankster comet has appeared somewhere. Prankster comets have very strange effects on galaxies. If you want to learn more about these curious comets, ask the Luma who knows about such things. So we got a new gameplay mechanic, the Prankster Comet. Prankster Comets basically add extra missions, so we will take that on next time. I thought they were introduced a lot later, but we're already having access to our first. So yeah, that'll be exciting. Hopefully, it's not too bad. Some of them are actually really difficult. Even this early on, some can be really difficult. So hope for the best, prepare for the worst. So in any case, thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Super Mario Galaxy. And actually, before I forget, you actually can't jump off the space station. You get pulled back up, in case you're wondering. But yeah, once more, thank you for watching.